All right, we are live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our live for today. We're broadcasting live on our Facebook page. So let me just check if we are live on our page and our YouTube channel. So if you're tuning in live right now, please say hi and tell us where you're watching from. And if you're going to watch these on a replay, please do the same. So, and engage with us. I want to hear from you. I also wanted to learn from you. So, this segment that we have today is Books for the Biz. So, this is actually a segment that I've created on our page, mainly because last year I started reading a lot and I just enjoyed it. Yeah, and I've been sharing it to a lot of business owners, and they started messaging me about some books and recommendations and all. So I just thought of just sharing or creating a live segment here, so that we can share it to everybody. Okay, so right. So again, if you're new on our page, my name is Coach Jel of Jel and Christian, your go-to coach in starting a digital business. I help working parents earn a legitimate income online so they can provide more and be present more for their families. This business has allowed me to stay home with the kids, running a profitable business from home, earning more than my corporate job salary, and it has reunited our family together with my OFW husband here in Papua New Guinea. So, yeah, this is really a blessing for us and to other parents as well. So, right now, we've been mentoring and coaching a lot of working parents and professionals from around the world so they can earn also online without having to leave home, getting the time, freedom, and flexibility that they need to be with their family at the same time, earn as well. Right. So, let me see. I hope I am live. All right. So, um, right. So thank you so much to our viewers. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So, as mentioned, we are going to Fiji for another digital business convention. So, if you're from Fiji or nearby Pacific Islands, I'd be glad to meet you there if you're a business owner. If you're not yet a business owner, and feel free, we still have time. You can start now, and so you can attend that business convention, and there will be a lot of business owners from around the world who will be joining us there as well. So we'd love to learn from you. What we do there is we learn and collaborate with each other, right? So that's also a big opportunity to meet in person business partners and business owners from around the world. So it'll be fun. So see you there. Oh my God, I've got a lot of viewers. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Okay. Right. So again, this is another episode of Books for the Biz. And if you're new in this segment, welcome, welcome here. This is a new segment, and this is where I am sharing books that has truly shaped how I build our online business. So there's a lot of books, and I'm just choosing one book per episode that I will be sharing. Of course, there are a lot of lessons. I won't be share everything, but what I would be um, sharing specifically are the lessons that we can apply to our online business. Right? So those are the things that I'll be sharing with you, right? Why? Because that's what we do here, right? So these are, yeah, all books that I got lessons from, and those that I am really applying in our online business. And today I wanted to talk about this book. So I have it here. I posted it on my page, and I got a lot of messages from people if this is good. Great. Yes, it is. Yes. This is Relentless by Team Grover. There you go. So this is not a, I'd say, soft, light kind of book. It's actually intense. The author is very straightforward. That's why I like it. So Tim Grover, as what I've read in the book, he trained elite um, athletes like Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. I'm not really into basketball, and he mentioned a lot of stuffs about basketball, about sports. I'm not really sporty, but what I have gained there is the lessons, the wisdom from sports and applying it into the business, right? So it's really amazing. The mindset in this book, it's, I'd say, very high level. It's kind of different from the other mindset kind of books. Again, it's very intense. But what really hit me is that was not really the intensity, but it was the standard, right? The standard that the new standards that he has given me after reading this book. This made me look at myself and ask, am I really serious about the level I say I want? Like your goals, right? Are you really serious about the goals that you wanted to achieve? Or yeah, that kind of dream that you wanted to achieve, right? So one of the lessons that I've learned is that standards over feelings. That so one thing that really stood out to me is that elite people don't ask how they feel. They ask what needs to be done. It's not really about the emotion. It's really about action, what we need to do. And when I read that, I had to be honest with myself. In online business, especially when you work from home, it's so easy to move based on mood. Right? I really can relate. But if you feel inspired, like if you feel inspired and then you have the energy to post, if you feel confident, you go live, right? That's what we do. If you feel motivated, you work harder because you have that energy, you have that emotion. But what about the days when you don't feel like it, right? Because we always have that kind of day, oh, I don't like it, I'm not in the mood. And this book would really challenge you. It has challenged me because serious builders don't move based on emotion, they move based on commitment, right? What am I committed to do, right? And that's what I need to focus on. That really changed how I showed up in our business. So that I started asking myself, do I feel like doing this today? I stopped asking like that. And then I started asking, is this aligned with the future that I am building? Right? If I feel like, oh, I don't want to post today, or oh, I'm not in the mood, is this aligned with the future that I want to build? That's different, right? And that shift alone made me more consistent in whatever I do in the business. And that's very important. I mean, consistency is very important, but it's really difficult to achieve that consistency because, again, what if you're not in the mood and you don't feel like it? So, the lesson is don't depend on your emotion. Um, you have to push yourself to really do what you need to do, right, in the business. And that really sets a higher standard of your mindset, right? And the other lesson that I've learned from this book is that you don't need applause, right? So that's another thing in this book. It mentioned that high performers don't need validation to continue, right? Because you know what, in the online business can feel very quiet sometimes, like no result, and again, you don't feel like doing it. Sometimes you would post something that you really worked hard on and then it gets low engagement, or sometimes you created an ad and you spent a lot of time doing it, but you're not getting the result that you want. Like you are showing up consistently and the growth and the result feels very slow. I'm sure a lot of us have experienced that, not only for online business owners, but for other business owners as well. So if you depend on applause and and the validation from other people around you, you will stop too early. This book reminded me that confidence is internal. You don't need people clapping to know that you're improving. You don't need instant results to know that you are growing. When I stopped building for validation, I became more steady, and steadiness builds real success, right? So You have to do that one. Okay. Next is pressure means you're growing. Okay. So there's also this idea in the book about pressure. I love this one because most people try to avoid pressure, right? But pressure means, according to this book, you're stretching. Pressure means that you care. Pressure means that you're stepping into something bigger, right? So in online business or in this business, um, I've felt pressure a lot of times, as a coach, pressure to lead, pressure to grow as well because you own your own business, pressure to provide and to show up consistently. We get that pressure all the time. And instead of seeing it as something negative, I started seeing it as a sign that I'm actually leveling up, right? And that mindset makes you stronger. Not loud, not aggressive, just stronger internally, right? And that's very important. Okay. And the other lesson is that compete with yourself. Oh, right. So um this one is big for online entrepreneurs. This book talks about competing at the highest level. But what I took from this is that you have to stop watching everyone else because in the digital world, comparison is constant, right? Sometimes, someone is always earning more, someone is always going faster, posting better content. But if you focus on that, you lose your power, right? So I started asking myself, am I better than I was yesterday or last month? Am I clearer? Am I braver? Am I more disciplined now? And that kind of competition is healthy. It keeps you grounded, and that's what we wanted. And that's what we should always be practicing. Okay? Lesson number 5 is to raise your identity. Um, the biggest thing in this book, that the biggest thing this book did for me is it raised how I see myself, right? It made me realize that I want next level results. I need next level standards, not the louder energy, not more hype and applause from people, just higher standards for how I would show up, for how I would lead, higher standards for how consistent I am, even when it's quiet or even when there's no results. Because online business doesn't reward emotion, it rewards discipline, clarity, and consistency. And that's what this book strengthened in me. Amazing, right? So, you guys, if you're building an online business or thinking about it, I just want to say that you don't need to be the loudest person in the room in this business. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to this you just need to decide who you are becoming, because success is not just about strategy. It's about identity. It's about building who you want to become, right? And this book, Relentless, didn't make me aggressive. It made me, I'd say, more serious into what I really wanted to achieve in our business. Serious about my growth. Where do I want, or who I wanna become, and serious about my standards for myself and to everything that I do in the business. Serious about the future that I am also building for my family, right? And when you become serious in a calm and grounded way, everything just shifts for you, right? So you guys, if you're into entrepreneurship and you wanna level up your mindset and like raise a higher standard for yourself and the future that you want to achieve, you would want to read this book, Relentless by Tim Grover. Again, this is episode 2 of Books for the Biz, and I hope this challenged you in a good way. Keep reading and keep sharing it to people. and keep learning as well. But at the same time, keep applying what you're learning, because that's the only way that we could retain all those learnings and lessons that we got from everything that we read and watch. Okay, so again, this is Coach Jel of Jel and Christian, your go-to coach and starting a digital business. If you're interested to learn more about our business, just feel free to reach out to us or register on our website, jelandchristian.com, and watch our free info session, right? So that's it for tonight, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on the next episode of Books for the Beast. Bye for now.